Hey everyone, this is Vanguard here. Today I'll be commentating on some Diablo, Infernal Act Free farming. This is a method to get free different chests. So to start off, I go to Rakkus Crossing to pick up Tyrael. He does 40k damage, he definitely helps out a lot. Then I head over back to the bridge, and this is where I start picking up elites and start some farming. So basically the whole idea here is to try to get as much stacks as you can before you head over to the chest. This way you can have a better chance of getting loot, and it usually does help out a lot. And after you get 5 stacks, you can also kill a siege breaker after the chest as well, because that way you can keep Tyrael the whole time. And you can get a lot of loot from each run. It does take a little bit of time though, and some patience for killing the elites. Right, so these are the mobs that I got my first stack of. Here I'm going to show you how I got my second stack. The second stacks are pretty much in the same area. They're also in the fields of slaughter. Pretty much still really close to the bridge usually. Might have to look around that field depending on where they are. I happen to get a pestilence, and I'm just kind of kiting him. A little waiting for my cooldowns to kind of finish him off here. Kind of taking my time to slowly, and it requires some patience in Inferno, because Inferno elites tend to be harder than the bosses a lot of times. Especially some of them have annoying abilities, like this one has a beam. He also puts desecration where you can't stand in really any of his stuff that he puts out. You gotta be really careful. I'm just kind of popping in and out when I have cooldowns, finishing him off. So here I finish him off and get my second stack. I also get a pretty decent amount of burrs. I have 1 stack right here, so I do get 2 yellows. So after I get 2 stacks, I start looking for the cave. Usually in the cave there's 2 to 3 elites, and this is the cave where you'll start getting your first resplendent chest. In addition, killing elites also just gives you good loot in general. So after I found 2 elites, I'm just kind of looking around for that cave. So here's the cave in here. I hope I get 3 elites in there. Sometimes there's 2 elites only in the cave, so it might be a good idea to get 3 stacks. But here I took a risk. I just decided to say, hey, I'm a little lazy for this, so might get 4 stacks for the chest. Maybe I'll find 3 elites. We'll see. The cave can spawn in around 3 to 4 different spots, but they do always spawn. A lot of times I tend to find it on the bottom right or the bottom left after you go from the bridge, but sometimes it's a little bit in the north too. So you have to try your luck, figure the map out. Once you do it a few times, you know exactly where the caves are. So here's the third elite that I would find in the cave. It's Quillback. So this is one of the easier elites you can get, at least for a monk, I should say. So I get to finish him off pretty much with ease. The hardest elites you can get in here, in my opinion, once again from a monk perspective, is those cows that charge you and one-shot you. It's just a little hard to watch out for sometimes. So here's the 4th mob, which I find in level 2 of the cave. You will have to go to level 2 to get the chest, and also hopefully find some little more elites. So this is another one of those easier elites. Just a little quill boar. Takes me only a little bit of time to kill him because his damage is pretty low. Right, so here I jumped out to avoid his corpse explosion. And here's a mob that I found right before the chest. This purple mob. He does not always spawn. It's more of an RNG thing. But there wasn't my 5th elite this time. There were only 2 elites in the cave, so I only have 4 stacks for this chest, sadly. But as you can see, the chest is just right here, waiting for me to grab it. So here I head back off to the crossing. Kind of to start heading north over. There is another room here. This room does not always spawn, but I would say around 50% of the time it is. And it usually gives a chest or maybe a goblin, so it's a really nice place, and that's the room I'm talking about. It's really close to the siege breaker. It's called the Underbridge. So here I'm in the Underbridge. Show you how I'll get my 5th stack here at the Underbridge. There usually is at least 1 elite mob in here. This one happens to be invulnerable minions. A little more annoying, so just take me a little more time. Got to finish them off anyway, so after I finished them off, basically start putting on my MF gear and head over to the chest. I'm not sure putting on MF gear really helps out, but usually with the chest, you know, there's no loss in doing it, and I don't see why it wouldn't help out since I have the MF gear on. No one really knows for sure yet. Take out the resplendent chest. So that is the 2nd chest of this run. So next chest is going to be in the Keep Depths level 3. Basically I'm going to start from level 3 and start heading over to level 2, and there's quite a good chance that there's usually a chest in there. So here I got to level 2. I see the chest over there. I'm just kind of clearing the mobs. So you can see this is the 3rd chest of this run, and they're all in Act 3. And I pretty much did all of them with 5 stacks, other than the first one, which was kind of a small mistake. Might be a better idea to just go with 3 stacks before entering the cave. Right, and here I am with the 5 stacks, finishing off 3 chests, and here I'm just finishing Siege Breaker for some last extra loot. He usually drops 7 to 8 loot, and he's relatively an easy boss. It's a little harder for melees because I have to dodge a little bit more things. ranged in general can kind of just hide behind pillars, keep shooting him, so he's definitely a very ideal boss if you're ranged. Very easy to do indeed. The only thing he can really kill you with is his main ability to charge, and you can actually hide behind these pillars. As you can see that he did just destroy one. So basically every time you see he's about to charge, just run away, get behind a pillar, stay away from those stomps if you're melee, kind of like what I just did just now. I saw that he was about to stomp. It does around half my health with 1000 resist, so I try to be a little weary of it. And then once my cooldowns are down, I know that he's going to charge soon. I just head over to a pillar, dodge that attack, dodge this attack, use some cooldowns when he just starts meleeing me, use a blind to maybe stop it. This spit thing is kind of RNG, doesn't seem to hit me too often, and even when it hits you, it's not too big of a hit. If you're melee and you have some resist, there's no reason why you should get one shot by that. So here's that charge again. I dodged him right away, doing some little damage, stunning him. Got my bubble up. I know I'm pretty much safe for any kind of attacks he push. I'm just pushing him a little, run away from his AoE. Here he turns around. I got my bubble, so just bubble his melee attacks, pop some cooldowns. Kind of playing it safe. He's getting extra low now. I'm just gonna finish him off. So that's the loot, and that's the video. Hope you guys will give this farming a try if you haven't been doing it already. It's pretty efficient for me at very least. Thanks for watching.